Next on the Gospel Bill Show.
Hey, it's my nephew. He's coming to town, my sister's boy. He's gonna stay with me for a while.
Are you Uncle Bill?
Yeah, I'm your Uncle Bill, man. It's good to see you.
Does my uncle the sheriff catch every single bad guy?
Why, be it a bank robber or a train robber or even a fella that spits on the sidewalk, the sheriff catches every single one of them.
It's the Gospel Bill Show, featuring Gospel Bill, Nicodemus, Bartimaeus, Miss Lana, T.U. Tuckwater, and the entire Dry Gulch Gang.
And Nate, were all your horses branded?
Yes, sir, Sheriff. All of them except the brood mare, and she's the one I need the most. Sheriff, I've got to have these horses back.
Now listen, Nate, I know you're concerned about them, and I want to be out there in a couple of hours. Now, I'll ride out there and pick up the trail. We'll find those horses.
Sheriff, I don't know how you're going to find them. There's tracks going in every direction.
Well, now, don't you worry anymore about that. I'll find the horse thief. Now, listen to me. You got to go back out there to your ranch and just calm down a little bit and quit worrying about this. Now, Nate, it's not going to do you one bit of good to worry. I'll be out there this afternoon, and we'll get working on it.
All right, Sheriff, I'm counting on you.
Now, Nate, I told...
Hi, GB.
Well, hello there, Nicodemus.
Hey, what's old Nate's all fired upset about?
Oh, I think he's a little upset because all of his horses were just stolen. We got horse thieves in Dry Gulch.
Horse thieves? Oh, no. Oh, it reminds me of something. Miss Lana sent me to fetch you to the general store. Got an important telegram for you. Come on, let's get down there.
Well, wait a minute. Who's it from?
Oh, she didn't say who it was from, but she said it was important. You got to get in there right away. Now, I do know this about it. It's from somebody back east. She said it was wrote on a telegram like that.
There you go, Annabelle. Thanks for coming by.
Howdy, ma'am.
I do.
Miss Lana, you got a telegram for me?
I sure do, and it's some good news.
Well, let's see here.
Yeah, what does it say?
I believe it's my telegram.
Okay.
Hey, it's my nephew. He's coming to town, my sister's boy. He's going to stay with me for a while. Hey, this is great. What's today, Miss Lana?
Well, it's Wednesday.
Well, now, according to this, he's going to be here today on the 3 o'clock stage.
Hey, how old is this boy?
Well, I think he's 10 or 11, Nicodemus. It's been a long time since I saw him.
Well, how long is he going to stay?
Well, she says she wants me to keep him until he gets straightened out. That boy's had a whole lot of trouble ever since his daddy died.
Oh.
Wait a minute. What am I going to feed that kid? I don't know how to take care of a little boy.
Well, he eats the same thing as big folks do.
Yeah, but kids got to have treats and stuff. I mean, what about desserts?
I'll bake him some cookies.
Oh, that'd be real good. Well, if you can take care of that, I can fix the chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes and gravy. And when we get done with all that stuff, we'll just wash her all down with a big old pot of coffee.
No, Gospel, you don't want to do that.
What do you mean?
He drank some of your coffee. You liable to kill the boy.
Nicodemus.
The Gospel Bill Show continues after this.
Today we're going to visit a couple of cool cats, and I really mean cats. This is a Bengal tiger, one of the largest members of the cat family. There are many kinds of tigers, but all tigers have one thing in common. They are found only in Asia. The largest of the tigers is the Siberian model. He often grows to be 13 feet long from head to tail and can weigh up to 650 pounds. Wow! A Siberian tiger then weighs as much as 3 grown men. These Bengal tigers are somewhat smaller than their Siberian cousins. They weigh only 350 pounds or so. But don't get any wise ideas. They're still much too big to be your house cats. Tigers usually live alone and like to hunt at night. They prey upon deer, goats, pigs, cattle, and smaller animals. Although it is rare, some Bengal tigers in India have been known to have people over for lunch. No thanks. If you ever get invited to a tiger's house for lunch, don't go. The tiger is a powerful hunter and swimmer, and it can leap up to 15 feet in a single bound. And it's very hard to see in the tall jungle grass because its stripes blend so well. That means the tiger is able to sneak up on its prey. The tiger's stripes remind us of other stripes, stripes that Jesus took upon his back. When he was beaten with a whip, he took away our infirmities and diseases. In fact, the scripture says by Jesus' stripes we were healed. So, whenever you see a tiger, remember the stripes that Jesus took for you. And remember that God doesn't want you to be sick. So long, Mr. Tiger. We'll be back to see you again, but don't you bother coming to see us. I like you right where you are.
Oh, Gospel Bill, I told you, that stage is always late.
I wish they could have been on time, at least just today.
Don't you worry about that boy. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah, you're probably right. I can see him sitting in that coach looking out the window and thinking about Indians.
Hey, the stage is here. It's here.
Oh, boy, this is it. Hadn't seen that little fella in years. Well, I better get out there and say hello. Well, howdy there, Whit. Let me have a look at you.
Are you Uncle Bill?
Yeah, I'm your Uncle Bill, man. It's good to see you. Here, let me have that bag. I'll tell you what, you've grown 2 or 3 feet since I saw you last. And you look just like your mama. Hey, go on in here to the general store. I want to show you some things. Step right in here, Whit. I want you to meet some of my friends. Now, that lady there is Miss Lana.
Hi, Whit.
And see this old fella over here? That's my good friend Nicodemus.
Howdy, young feller.
Now, you know what? We got to get rid of this old immigrant cap. Here, catch, Nicodemus. What you need is a real old West cowboy hat. Now, what do you think about that?
I like it.
All right, now we got this boy something to wear. Let's fix him up with something to play with, Miss Lana.
Well, I can sure do that.
Yeah, what do you got in that case?
Well, look here, Whit. I've got a mail wagon.
Yeah.
How about a horse? There you go. And look at this, Whit. A fire engine.
Do you have a pocket knife?
Well, yes, I do.
Wait just a minute now, son. Now, I don't know about that. Now, I don't think you're probably old enough to have a pocket knife just yet.
Uncle Bill, please. That's what I want.
Well, maybe one of these days, but let's just hold off for a few days and we'll talk about it. Why don't you pick out something else?
Okay, I'll take the fire engine.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Sheriff, but I have some trouble out at the ranch.
Well, now, what is it, John?
A rustler stole 3 of my horses.
Well, that sounds to me like the same bunch that got into old Nate Crawford's herd must have came over to your place. Well, listen here. As soon as I get done taking care of this boy, I'll be right out there and we'll round up those rustlers.
Well, I appreciate it, Sheriff.
Yeah, you're welcome. And Nicodemus, I need you to run over to the jail and keep an eye on things while I'm gone.
I'll sure take care of it.
And Miss Lana, if you don't mind, I sure need you to watch this boy while I'm rounding up those rustlers.
I'll be glad to, Sheriff.
All right. Whit, whatever she tells you to do, you listen to her. Hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll be back directly.
Say, Whit, how would you like some nice, fresh squeezed lemonade?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll have to go make it, and I'll be right back.
Man, sure is hot outside. Well, I wish I had something cool and refreshing to eat. Yeah, there's nothing around the house like that. We don't have any more ice cream. Wait a minute. That's the ice cream truck. Oh, boy, I got to get out there and buy myself an ice cream cone. Now, let's see, where did I put my money? Wait a minute. I just realized something. I don't have a dime, not 1 red cent. Where am I going to get money for ice cream? Here we come. Ha, ha, ha. Somebody left $5 on the piano. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. I don't know whose money that is, but I know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna buy myself an ice cream cone.
Hey, kid, what you doing?
Oh, hi, Hart. I was just gonna take some money here and buy myself an ice cream cone.
Yeah, you know whose money that is?
I got no idea.
You do, too.
Well, I don't know whose money that is. It's just there on the piano. It belongs to anybody in this house.
No, it doesn't. That money belongs to your sister.
My sister? Oh, yep.
Yeah, and if you take that money, it's the same as stealing.
I'm not gonna steal it. I'll pay her back.
Nah, you don't have any intention of paying her back. You were just gonna take the money and go buy an ice cream, and you had no intention of telling anybody what happened to that money. Hey, I'm your Hart. I know what you were gonna do.
Well, don't talk to me about it now. I gotta hurry up and take the money and go out and buy the ice cream before the truck leaves.
Now, listen here. If you take that money, you'll be doing something wrong.
Well, I don't care. I gotta have the money.
Your conscience isn't gonna let you forget this.
Look, I really don't care.
Howdy, Whit. Miss Lena, it's pretty near dark out there, and Gospel Bill ain't back yet.
Oh, I know it, and I've really been concerned because I don't know what to do with Whit.
Well, you know, I got a nice roomy place, and I could fix him some victuals, and he could bunk with me tonight.
Well, that's a good idea, Nicodemus.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Hey, Whit, you gonna get to bunk with me tonight, fella. I tell you what, I got this great French recipe I've been wanting to try out on somebody. Well, Whit, how'd you like your supper?
It was good, but what was it?
Well, what you had tonight, son, was one of them exotic dishes that my Aunt Julia brought over here from the old country of France. Did you like it?
Yeah, but what was it?
Well, it's one of them kind of foods that only them rich people out on the French Riviera eat. Hot dogs.
Mr. Nicodemus?
Yeah, son, what is it?
Does my uncle, the sheriff, catch every single bad guy?
Let me tell you something about your uncle. Not only is he the best sheriff in this county, why, he's not even the best sheriff in the territory. He's the best sheriff in the whole country. Well, be it a bank robber or a train robber or a fella that spits on the sidewalk, the sheriff catches every single one of them. Well, it's about time to go to bed now. Tell you what, why don't you sleep over here in my bunk, and I'll bed down over here on the floor, and, oh, I reckon we better get us some more water. We might run out in the night. You go ahead and get ready. I'll be back in a minute. Well, Whit, I reckon Miss Lana here in the general store can watch you today. Come on.
But I can't go in there.
Now, Whit, your uncle ain't back yet. I got to watch the jail for him, and you can stay with Miss Lana. Come on.
Can I go to the jail with you?
Whit, now, listen. The jail ain't no place for a growing boy like you. Now, you'll have a good time with Miss Lana. Come on.
But I can't go in there.
What do you mean you can't go in there?
Well, my legs hurt and I can't walk anymore.
Quit you funning me, boy. Now, come on. Cut that out. Come on. Well, good morning, Miss Lana.
Well, good morning, Nicodemus. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, I got to go look after the jail since Gospel Bill ain't back, and just wondering if you could watch old Whit here for me today.
Well, sure, I'd be glad to. I need someone to help me with this inventory anyway.
Inventory, huh? Well, you know, I'd sure like to help you, Miss Lana, but I got to watch that jail, and you know how I am with figures. I'll be seeing you later, okay?
Okay, Nicodemus. Okay, gotta get started this inventory, Whit. Let's see what I can have you do.
What's inventory?
Well, every few months I take and I count everything in this store, cups and everything, just to see if anything's missing or if I needed to order something.
Oh.
Step right in here, mister.
Hey, Gospel Bill, you caught that horse thief.
Now, Sheriff, I ain't no horse thief. I just riding down the trail minding my own business when them there horses just come up and followed me.
It'd take a mighty big fool to believe a story like that.
What? That is amazing. You mean to tell me them horses just started following you like that?
Nicodemus, the horses didn't follow him. I caught him stealing them red-handed.
Oh.
Now listen, he's a crafty feller, so you keep an eye on him.
Okay.
No matter what kind of story he gives you, don't you let him out of that jail.
Yes, sir, Gospel Bill.
All right, now listen, I'm going over to the general store to check on my nephew.
Yes, sir. Don't worry about a thing, Gospel Bill. We'll take care of him. You better watch your step, feller, because Nicodemus is guarding you. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2.
Okay, let's see. Irons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 irons. Okay, now, Whit, we'll do the display case. This will tell us how many toys and knives and guns we have.
Well, I gotta go.
Whit, wait a minute!
Hey, Whit, what's going on there, bud? Looks to me like you caught a frog. You know, I used to catch frogs right around here when I was a boy. Pull up your hat and let's have a look at him.
He'll get away.
Oh, now, Whit, he won't get away that far. Now, lift up your head. What's this, bud? I think me and you better go have a little talk with Miss Lana. Come on.
That's funny. There's one missing.
Miss Lana, I think this boy has something to say to you. Go ahead, Whit.
I stole a pocket knife from your store.
And that's not all, Miss Lana. He's going to come over every day and work for a couple of hours to help repay what he stole.
Well, he doesn't have to do that.
Now, he needs to do that, Miss Lana, because Whit's got to understand that it costs something when you steal from folks. Come on, Whit. Let's go have a talk. Hold it right here, bud. You know what? When I was out chasing that old horse thief, I made up my mind that as soon as I got back to town, I was going to buy you that knife. You could have had it then, and you would never have had to hide it. You could have carried it with you anywhere. Come on. There's something I want to show you.
Eugene! Hey! Eugene! Eugene!
You know, what is it, Jeannie?
Hey, I left $5 in this living room somewhere. Do you know where I put it?
$5?
Yeah, I think I put it on the piano, but I can't find it. It's gone.
Let's see, $5 on the piano.
Do you know anything about it? You do, don't you?
Well, yeah, I saw $5 on the piano. I did. Earlier this afternoon, it was there, on the piano, $5.
What happened to my $5?
Well, Jeannie, it's not there.
I know it's not there. What did you do with it?
Now, wait a minute, Jeannie. Are you accusing me of stealing that $5?
I'm not accusing you, but I think you know something about it.
Well, actually, Jeannie, I needed some ice cream, and I decided that maybe I could just borrow a little bit of your money and buy myself a little ice cream, and then I would pay you back, Jeannie. That's what I did.
How much of my money did you spend?
Well, see, it was like this, Jeannie. It was really hot outside, and I had to buy myself a couple of ice cream bars. I mean, you know, you can't just get by on one. And then all of a sudden, Tony came up, and Tony didn't have any money for ice cream either. So I says, Tony, okay, I'll buy you one today.
How much of my money did you spend?
Then Larry came up, Jeannie, and Larry didn't have any money either. So I says, okay, Larry, I'll let you.
How much of my money did you spend?
Well, I got 20 cents left, Jeannie.
20 cents out of $5? You bought that much ice cream?
Well, Jeannie, but don't get mad at me. I'll pay you back.
How? You don't have a job, you don't have any money. Every time you get it, you spend it. Do you know what you did?
You know, I borrowed your money.
You didn't borrow it, you stole it.
But, Jeannie, well, I wanted some ice cream.
But you should have asked me.
Well, you weren't here.
Then you shouldn't have taken it. Eugene, if you want to borrow something, ask for it. Don't just take it without asking. That's the same as stealing.
I guess you're right. But, Jeannie, man, I'll pay you back, honest I will.
Well, I want you to. But more than anything else, I want you to know what God thinks.
Well, God doesn't care if I borrow money.
But he does care if you steal.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It is wrong to do that, huh?
It certainly is.
All right, Jeannie. Well, I'm going to ask God to forgive me, and I'll get a job and help Mom around the house here, and I'll do whatever I can to pay you back as soon as I can.
All right.
Come right on down here, son. There's something I want to show you. Now, I want you to stop right here and look right in there. And then do you see that fella right there? Get a look at him. Can you see? That fella's a horse thief. He steals horses. Now, you know what's going to happen to him? The judge is going to send him to the prison. He's not going to get to ride those horses that he stole. He got caught. And the thing of it is, son, is that he'll never be able to ride those horses anywhere where there's somebody who's looking for him. The minute he stole them, he became a prisoner to those horses. He can't really enjoy them. Now, if you start out right now while you're a kid, stealing things like a little knife, sooner or later you wind up stealing stuff that's big, maybe even like a horse. And if you do that, you're going to get yourself in a great deal of trouble. Now, you got to think about that. What you going to do?
I'm sorry, Uncle Bill. And I'll never steal anything again.
cow went dry, your plane won't fly, and the rooster don't want to crow. Your hair won't comb, your buffaloes roam, and you'll get along just to go. Got behind on your rent, cause your money's all spent, and it's time to make a real tough choice. But listen, my friend, this ain't the end. What you need to do is rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. It's time to lift your voice and stir up the gift that's way down deep in you. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. You say the hens won't lay, you ain't got paid for all that hard work you did. Your car's worn out, your tires are bald, they won't roll right, they just skid. Your whistle ain't broke, your frog won't croak, and you got an overdue invoice. Well, you can join me when I count to 3. What we're gonna do is rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. It's time to lift your voice and stir up the gift that's way down deep in you. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. You see the things around us change like the waves of the sea. What's here today, tomorrow may be gone. But Jesus will never change. He's the same eternally. Faith in him will change to right what's wrong. Rejoice in the Lord. Again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord.
You know, the Bible says, thou shalt not steal. You shouldn't steal because it hurts other people. And even people who have a lot of money don't need to be stolen from, because when you steal something from someone else, you actually put yourself in prison. Even if it's something small, you just take it and snitch it and hide it, you actually put yourself in jail. Let me tell you what I mean. You become a prisoner to your own conscience. The next thing you know, you're hiding things and keeping things from other people, and you can't really even enjoy the thing that you steal because you're afraid you're going to get caught. You know what? There's something good about having a clear conscience. There's something good about not feeling guilty. And when you steal something, there may be other people who don't see you, but I want to tell you something. You know it yourself when you do wrong. When you steal, your heart catches you. It knows what you've done, and it'll always tell on you. So remember what the Bible says. Don't steal.